Hey guys, it's Carly Morgan from Family Tree Notebooks. I wanted to do a video today to walk you through what happens after you buy one of the bundles. This is one of my family notebooks that wants to focus, and then I've got ancestor names here. Each of these is a chapter, an ancestor chapter that represents a different direct ancestor for me. This is the index. I put tape over people's names that I don't necessarily want to share. These people are related to your root person. Now, the first thing you need to do is you need to pick a root person for your notebook. And then I have his maternal grandmother, and it says parent of two. So that's his mother's mother. You know, you can come down. Once you have a tree established on some other site, it's really easy to just follow the tree, find the right spot to put that person's name, and then add them to this index. Build the index before you start building chapters. Fill out the index as much as you can. Now, this is total preference. You can include whatever pages you want from the bundle in your ancestor chapter. But I like to start every chapter with an ancestor profile. Okay, now this is number 26. You see that right there? She's my father's paternal second great grandmother. The ancestor profile page is my favorite to start these chapters because you can include two nice photos, and then it has the really basic information: name, birth, death, father, mother, spouse, children, and some notes if you need it. This is also the page that I use to put my tabs on, so that when I go to this tab, this is the first page that I see. I add pages in chronological order, however they make sense. To the first census I have for her, the information that I've transcribed from that census. It's the next page. I have a picture of the census, and then right at the bottom I have an enlarged image of where her name appears. After the 1850 census comes the 1860 census. That is followed by another census picture and an enlargement. Then we jump up to the 1900 US Census, because apparently I've lost her in between, and the enlargement. Unfortunately, I have not found a marriage photo, so the marriage records page is blank except for the marriage information. Following that marriage records page, I have a picture of the actual marriage records, also sourced from Ancestry, and an enlargement of the area that talks about their marriage. And then that's all that I have for Susan Carolyn Hale. The next chapter is her husband. And you see I've got another ancestor profile page. It talks about the relationship. I have no photo of him. I just have his basic information. Anyway, I hope that that gives you a good sense of both how to start, which you start by doing the index, and then you build chapters based off of the index, numbered according to the index, and how to construct a chapter. You really can't. I mean, this is however it makes sense to you. There's no way to mess this up. You're just trying to organize your research into a story that makes sense to you, and to give each of your ancestors this space. Like this is Thomas Jefferson King's pages. This is his space. So all of my research for him is right here. That means that when I want to research him, I know exactly where to go. When I add things, I know exactly where to put them. I've got pages of this letter. This is a letter detailing his death that his daughter-in-law wrote. And I have the letter, full color copies, and then I have the transcription of the letter. But that's something else that I have in this letter, or in this ancestor chapter. This is the correspondence page. You can see the image of the letter for the first page up there, and then that's the transcription that I've done. I hope that was helpful. I really don't want this to be something that's overwhelming for you if you've never sat down to put your family tree together into some kind of book or something that you can have, just because you should be able to do a page at a time when you've got time. And if you do that consistently, you're going to build a book. You shouldn't feel like you have to sit down and have just hours and hours and hours of work to get this done. It just gives me a way to own and hold my family's information, so I don't feel like I'm spending hours on the internet and then it's just kind of there in the void somewhere, and I'm really hoping that I don't lose it and that it doesn't get messed up somehow. It's very nice to take all of that research and make it tangible so that you can keep it. And I keep it on my iPad, and I keep it in these books. And I can flip through it with my family, and I can turn it into PDF notebooks and then send it out to family that's far away so they can flip through it. So anyway, really, it's a really fun system when you get going, and I hope that you enjoy using the pages.